Hello, this will just be a short demonstration on how to get set up on our lab server. So this is just a little video that's going to follow these instructions that I literally just wrote. So yeah, the first thing it says you want to do is to download VS Code here, and there'll be a link right here that you can click on that will take you to Microsoft's website. They're the ones who make it. It's pretty much a gold standard for using this stuff. So I already have that downloaded, and I'm just going to, that's not something that's very hard to install, so that'll be fine. You can log into your account and everything, and then you should get something looks like this when you open it up. And then you want to go ahead and click on this tab right here. It says extensions, and you can go and you can see that I have a number of extensions installed here. To look for some, you just put some in here. So the one that I say you really should install is called Remote SSH, and I already have this one installed, but you would click on this, and then you would click on, it would say install here instead of uninstall, and then it should automatically also install this Remote Explorer and this Remote SSH editing configuration stuff. So you should have to install those, but if it doesn't for some reason, then you can also go ahead and click install there. And the other ones that I think are also important that will help is just Python. You can install here, and you can also get things like PyLance, and that is like autocomplete for Python, so that can make your life a little bit easier. And also you can get Jupyter, which is for using Jupyter notebooks on the server, or just on Visual Studios in general. So all that stuff can be helpful. But once you install the Remote SSH, you might have to close out and reopen VS Code. But you should, if everything went right, have this little green window right here, and you can click on that to open a remote window. And what this will let you do is you can put our information from the server here. So you can just hit connect to host, but it's a little bit easier if you open this configuration file, because then you can save all your information so you don't have to enter it in every single time. So we can click on this, and then I've set this up previously before, so I know my SSH config is stored here. If you're new to this, you probably only just have one. Just click that, and I can click here, and you can see I have two hosts that I have set up here. One is our lab server right here, and this other one you don't have to worry about. That's something else that I do. So here you can pretty much copy what I have written right here. You want your host name to be this. You want your user, this is my paw print, so you want that to be your actual paw print. Port 22, you want that to be the same. And I have this forward x11 here. That is in order to have stuff like plots from matplotlib come on to my desktop from the server. In order to have that, you also want to have this application down here called Xquartz installed if you're on Mac, and I believe if you're on Windows, it's just called X11. And you can look up how to install this. It's literally against the website, and you hit download, and it's a very, very easy install. So yeah, so once we have this configuration set up like this, I'll just close this, and I'll click here, back to this green window, and hit connect to host. And now you can see those SSH hosts that I had set up on that configure are now here. So I can go ahead, I can hit lab, and you'll open another VS Code window, and it's getting everything set up for me. And when you do this, you might also have to enter your password again. The reason it didn't ask for my password is because I have a SSH key that I sent to the server previously. If you want to know how to do that, you can look up SSH key gen and on just the internet here, and it will tell you how to pair an SSH key onto our server. It's pretty easy, so I won't go into it in this. And then once we have here, we're connected to the server and everything is fine. I can click on this button right here, and I can have a little terminal window pop up. And for me here, it already had an environment that I had set up activate. For now, I'll just turn that off, because if you're a new user, it look like this. And I have some files in here. You wouldn't have those files if you're new, but it doesn't really matter for us. So then I say next. that if you want to uh, use the server, you need an environment, and you can either build your own environment with Anaconda, or you can save yourself some time and use the pre-built one. So, for example, if you just want to use Python and BMTK, this is with standard neuron, not built with core neuron. You can literally just copy this, paste it into here. You can see this is activated right here, and if we go ahead, we have Python, and if we do import BMTK, BMTK is there, and neuron's there. So that's working fine. And we can also see that neuron, oh, that's me. That's for you that would work. For me, I have something different set up, so it's using something weird. But just don't worry about that. If you type NRN ID, it will come up with a little neuron screen, and you can then type quit like that in order to get rid of it. I forgot about that. And if instead you want to use a model with core neuron, you can load these different modules and then activate the environment. So if we pretend I didn't do that previous step, I can just copy these commands, module load this thing. Oh, let me just do this, because I also have stuff that loads automatically for me, and I'll show how to do that in a second. But I just copy all these commands like that, like that, like that, and like this. And then if you did that, you could use core neuron now. And so if you want to have these commands run automatically when you log on to the server, so I'm just going to clear this, pretend we didn't do that. Like I have right when I logged on, I had my own environment that I built set up. You can do vi dot this thing, wait, just like this, bash rc, and this is my bash rc file. Mine will look a lot more complicated than yours will, but you can, in this this should be pretty much blank for you. You can just paste this source right here. You can just paste this into into here. So I'll just pretend I'm doing this, and you hit I to insert things. It's using Vim if you've never used Vim before, but so I hit I to be able to insert, so I can type things, and I can just paste this command in. I won't paste it for me because I don't need it, but that's how you would do something like that. And then to get out of this, you hit escape, and then colon, and then W and Q. That will save, and then quit this, and then you can do that. And then if you want to then run a file, so this is a project that I'm working on right now, and I already have files in there. We'll just browse to it. So here I hit this, and I hit open folder, and this will try to open. I just hit OK, and then now I can view the files I have a little bit easier on the server. So I'm just going to go into a model I already have written, and then the model you're probably working on probably already has this, or you can make one pretty simply called a batch file. So here, this is the one I'll be showing, and what this goes ahead and does is it sets up some of the stuff we want to run. So when I'm running my simulation here, I'm going to use 150 threads on the server, and this is how long it's going to, the max time it could run, and this is the simulation config that I want to use, running with this. All this is pretty standard. And to submit the job, I type, make sure no one's using anything, yep. I type sbatch, and then the name of the file. So my file is, I gotta change my directory into this. There we go. I type sbatch batch run.sh, which is the name of the file. And now I see the job has been submitted. If I type sq I can see that this file is running, and it's been running for 4 seconds. And if I do it again, running for 9. And if I wanted to view it, I have here that the output is in this run.out. So I can go view this, and I can see that it is running. And then this will take some time to run, and then in order to then view it, I can, the last thing I have here is that if you want to generate graphs from the server, you can either have that X-Quartz thing installed earlier that I talked about, and have that have the X11 forward and X11 trust on that SSH config I showed a couple minutes ago, all that set. Or what you can do is, instead of, we'll just view like one of my scripts here, look at this one. Instead of having, for matplot, instead of having plt.show, I could instead do plt.save fig, and then name it, you know, like fig1.png, and then it will save it in this directory here, and then on my thing here, I could just go, and I have like a random one saved here. I could just click on this test, and like I could view the PNG on, you know, saved on the server on my end like this, or I can have all that X11 stuff set up. So yeah, hopefully all that was clear and not too fast for you. And yeah, good luck. Thank you.